In the Middle East, Israel has agreed to the basic flow of food into Gaza amid its launch of a fresh ground offensive against Hamas. Our Eun-jin reports.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office released a statement on Sunday, which stated that under the recommendation of the Israeli Defense Forces, it would allow a basic quantity of food into Gaza so that a starvation crisis would be avoided, as such a situation would jeopardize the IDF's latest extensive ground operation. It was not immediately clear when or how aid would enter Gaza, but Netanyahu said that Israel would work to ensure Hamas does not take control of the aid. The announcement came after the Israeli military said earlier on Sunday that it had begun extensive ground operations in the northern and southern parts of the enclave, named Operation Gideon's Chariot, including both active duty and reservist troops. The IDF said it would continue to operate against the terrorist organizations in the Gaza Strip in order to defend Israeli civilians, having conducted a preliminary wave of intensive airstrikes on more than 670 Hamas targets in Gaza over the past week to support Gideon's Chariot. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry reported significant civilian casualties of more than 400 people in the 4 days since the offensives began last week, including the more than 100 people killed in Gaza on Sunday. Meanwhile, there have been reports that no progress has been made in a new round of indirect talks between Israel and the Palestinian militant group Hamas in Qatar. Netanyahu's office said his negotiating team in Qatar was working to realize every chance for a deal, but its position remained unchanged that fighting would end in exchange for the release of all remaining 58 hostages, the exile of Hamas terrorists from Gaza, and the disarmament of the territory. Hamas has refused to leave Gaza or disarm, as officials from the militant group said it was still proposing the release of all Israeli hostages in return for an end to the war, the pullout of Israeli troops, and an end to a blockade on aid for Gaza, and the release of Palestinian prisoners. Eun-jin, Arirang News.